Love you guys. I'm JK, your brother in the struggle.
Let me explain something to you guys. Guys, please pay attention to this. It's very important. As human beings, our default state is not happiness. You are not entitled to happiness. You do not deserve happiness biologically. Your default state is not even focus. It isn't. It is unnatural for us to focus. Let me explain that to you. First of all, if our early ancestors were to have focused on something to the exclusion of everything, like meditation, they would have died, right? They couldn't afford to do things in a focused way. Their attention was all over the place because they had to be aware. They lived in a harsh, unforgiving environment. We still have that as human beings today, right? ADD, ADHD, all these different labels are human things that just happen to people. We just don't live in an environment where we need to use it. So understand it is unnatural for you to learn how to focus on one thing. But we do live in an environment where we have to do that in order to survive. That's simply our new environment with old biological wiring, which you can change. On the happiness thing, our ancestors, yours and mine, they had to live with anxiety. They had to live with fear. They had to live with jealousy. This was how they survived in tribes. This was how they lived. Everything had to be about fear. Because again, harsh environment, you could get eaten. A hostile tribe could come for you. Even when we became an agrarian society and settled and started growing crops, all you needed to do was just fuck up for one season and you were done. Your whole tribe was done. So understand that happiness is something that is earned through daily routines. In the modern world, we say, oh, everyone is so unhappy and depressed and anxiety and all of these things. This is the human condition. Don't let anybody lie to you and tell you that, oh, you're not supposed to suffer. We all deserve to be happy. This is why, despite the fact that we have all these things, electricity, the internet, why is it that we have all these inventions, yet we are still deeply unhappy? It is because it is the human condition. And I want you guys to understand that and accept that, because it is the quickest way to start moving forward. When you experience anxiety or pain or suffering or all these things, it allows you to go like, okay, fine, it's the fucking default. And I have to put in consistent work over and over again in order to rewire my brain to become somebody who is happy most of the time. But what that does for me is when I experience any sort of physical or emotional pain, I am okay with it because I am okay with being human, as opposed to trying to push it. Why do I feel anxiety? Because you're human. That's why you feel that. So when it comes to withdrawal symptoms, I know these are labels we use. The label is just for you to understand what is happening. But there's nothing like a horrible withdrawal symptoms or terrible urges or a horrible relapse. It is just being human. Just accept it, observe it, and realize its nature. It will pass. It will pass. And here's the crazy thing. This is the suffering. This is you when you join the program. You are one with the suffering. You are engaged with it. It is very much a part of you. But as you observe it, as you begin to see its nature, you begin to separate from it. But what is outside of this suffering? Outside of this suffering, where there's things that are neutral, there is joy, there is happiness, there is connection, there is empathy, there's oneness with the universe or God. All these things are outside of this. But how do you get to those things? By separating. How do you separate? By observing, not by fighting, not by repressing, not by suppressing this. It is not by understanding this and psychoanalyzing this and finding out the root cause of this, right? Not by doing all these complicated things. By separating and observing and watching its nature and understanding it, you are living in happiness and peace and joy. Is this making sense? Give me an I in the comment section, because this is the This is the core of this program. This is how you escape. You do not need to watch porn to feel because of this anymore. When you are here, you don't need this. You're just like, oh, okay, it's anxiety. I don't need porn. But when you're here, you live with it for so long that you're just like, I'm going to watch porn here. I'm going to use drugs here. I'm going to use YouTube here. I want to feel better because this is part of me. And it's time for you. The program is about hitting the reset button and starting to step away. And it's hard because you keep getting pulled back. Oh, but I tried to observe it and then I came back. I used the dialogue exercise, but then I slipped. But as time goes on, you separate. Eventually, your brain just gets used to you living here. This is just you. You're just here all the time. You with me?
Whenever you're ready, here are 4 ways that Porn Reboot can help you out for free. The first way is to subscribe to our channel and make sure that you click on the notification bell to get a new video every other day. The second way is to actually get a free copy of my book, Confessions of a Porn Addict, 7 Secrets of Porn-Free Men, where you'll learn about my personal struggle and the lessons I learned over the past 14 years, as well as get strategies for putting together your own personalized reboot plan and ending your compulsive behavior with pornography or masturbation. So click on the link in the description below this video to get the free ebook. And thirdly, if you're not sure where you'd like to start, but you'd like to learn more about my team and I, or you'd like to spend time with more like-minded professionals like entrepreneurs, business owners, men who work in sales or consulting or high-level jobs, men who are controlling their behavior, then join our free and confidential group, the Porn Reboot group on Facebook. There's also a link to join the group in the description below this video. And finally, if you need our help right now because you have a burning issue, it's an emergency. Your behavior with pornography is hurting you mentally. You're about to lose your relationship and you want to live up to your potential or be an authentic man and free yourself from shame, guilt, and underachieving, then click on the link in the description below this video that actually says free coaching call, or visit elevatedrecovery.org and click on the link which says book a call.